my lovelies, this is Jana here, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to make a bread. The only recipe for a whole wheat bread that you need to know in your life, because this is easy, it's fun to make, and it's foolproof, and you don't need to buy any more bread. And also, because this is how we roll here on this channel, we're going to make a jam or a jelly, depends on where you live, a berries jam, easy, so you can eat it with your bread and happy days. So let me show you how I put it together. Alright, so first we're going to start with all-purpose flour. Now what kind of flour? Like I said, all-purpose flour. Try to, if you can, if you have a choice where you live, tough times, so not much choice. That's exactly one of the reasons why I made this bread, because it's, like I said, foolproof. However, there's one detail that I want you to pay attention. At the market, sometimes you can find bread flour and you can find cake flour. So for this recipe, I strongly advise you to use the bread flour because it's a little bit stronger and your bread is going to turn out a little bit better. Well, not a little bit, but a lot better. So that's the only thing about that. And to that, we're going to add also whole wheat flour. So it's 3 cups total of all-purpose flour to 1 cup of whole wheat flour. You can do half and half, and you can make it all plain white flour or whole wheat flour. I mean, it's up to you. However, if you make the bread all whole wheat flour, it's going to take longer in the oven, about 15 minutes longer, but we're going to talk about that at the end. 1/4 cup of brown sugar for extra taste, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 level tablespoon of yeast. Now when you add the yeast to the bowl, try not to add it on top of the salt, because yeast and salt, they don't get along very well. So if you can add it like I did separate, better. Now we mix through. And now 1 tablespoon of molasses, 1/4 cup of oil, and we're going to add lukewarm water. Now, I added the molasses because it adds these, the molasses and the whole wheat flour, they are best friends. They lift each other up like best friends do, or they're supposed to. The slightly metallic taste on the molasses blends perfectly well with this rustic taste in the whole wheat flour, and it makes extra more, it gives it this extra more homemade feel to it, and smells so delicious. And also the water, it's not supposed to be hot, because if it's hot, you're going to kill the yeast, and if it's too cold, your yeast is not going to be activated. So it's lukewarm. And the test is when you stick your finger in the water, it's supposed to be comfortable. It's not supposed to feel too warm or too cold. Now, as you have noticed, we're not going to knead it because it's not necessary. Now, what activates the gluten in the flour is actually the liquids that you put it in. It's not the kneading. The kneading only speeds up the process. So we're going to cut this part, and we're going to cover it with a damp cloth, and then we're going to let it sit for proofing for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. This is very important because, like I said, we want the gluten to be activated, and since we didn't need it, this is the method that we're going to use. And while our bread is proofing, we're going to proceed to make the jam, which is super easy. And I am using frozen berries. This is a mix of strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries that I buy at my local supermarket, because chances are where you live it's not in season, so it doesn't matter, we can buy it frozen. And this is genius because they last for 25 years frozen in your freezer, and then you can just pick it up and make your jam. And that's what we're going to make. So we're going to add that to a pot. with some sugar. And for an extra kick, a little bit of lemon juice. And you can add or not grated apples for pectin and extra structure. And in low heat, you're gonna let it reduce. Now keep an eye on it because it depends on your stove. It tends to scorch, it tends to stick to the bottom. That means that the heat is too high. Lower the heat, keep an eye on it, come back once in a while and stir it. You don't need to stir all the time. That doesn't work this way, you don't have to do that. But you keep stirring as it needs, and then when you see that it's thick, and it will get thicker once it's refrigerated. So when you see that it's thickened up, you can turn off the heat and it's ready. Alright, now that the bread has doubled in size, sometimes it triples, perfection, that's what we want, okay? We're going to transfer to a loaf pan. I mean, if you have a loaf pan, better. You can make it round, it doesn't really matter. I just think that the shape of a bread, like a rustic bread, it looks better, but it's totally up to you. Don't forget to grease your pan. Now you guys, check this out. Isn't it just so beautiful? And if you could be here and smell my house, because it smells like berries jam and then it smells like whole wheat bread. I mean, I really wish you were here. And look, it's super fluffy. And because our dough was super hydrated, as in there was more water than it's supposed to be, it's now super fluffy, and it will be keeping this way for days, you know. So this is brilliant. And this house, like I said, smells like paradise, and it's a little bit cold in here, so it's perfect. With some coffee. This screams like happiness, doesn't it? And well, just make it and be happy and tag me. And let me know if you modified something, if you like your bread like I do, a little bit sweeter, or you like it a little bit more savory. So let me know in the comments below. And this is it. And I have an announcement to make. Now you can join this channel. Yes, you can. You can be a member, and then you can check how it works on if you click on the join button, you will know how it works. You're going to be able to see extra exclusive contents. But if you don't want to join the channel, nothing's going to change for you. Everything's going to remain the same. Just because you guys asked me, I made it available. So voila, there it is. And this is it for today. I hope you make it, and if you do, like I said, and I know I said that many times, is because I get super happy when you guys tag me, because I love seeing your creations, because I am here after all to inspire you, and I love when you get inspired, and this way you inspired me back. Brilliant. I love it. Take care of each other, and I see you next time. Bye bye.